You would be someone who helps other women to find their femininity, to heal their womb, to heal trauma that we store in a womb. Like I said, womb priestess, womb healer, because having that card as the only, right? It's important. It's important. We have declutter and mindfulness as well. So I feel like you're being guided to um, not necessarily declutter. I'm hearing a bit of a chaos. Maybe recently, when it comes to your career, you find yourself like you've been in a bit of a chaos. We sometimes have to sit. Sometimes we sit in the void. Sometimes we sit in the chaos, right? We experience this journey in many ways. But I feel like maybe recently you've been having a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts, and you got a little bit lost in that. It needs a bit of a decluttering, right? Because I say this to you guys all the time. When we walk our path and our mission, some things are missing elements that we have to go through, we have to learn, we have to experience to learn something from it, but it won't necessarily become part of what we do, right? Not all gifts are for people that we heal, not all gifts that we activate, not all knowledge that we learn, not all skills that we train are necessarily to be incorporated into our path. Sometimes they're just puzzle pieces for something that it doesn't make sense. It would make sense if it's truly your collective. I feel like you need to become a little bit more present in the moment of now, um, and declutter what is distracting you. Maybe you have recently you had like so many like this like moment, like I want to do so much and this and that, and I have to like do more trainings and more courses and expand and grow. I feel like this collective, you already have all you need. Maybe there's a shadow in that chaos. Maybe you've been pushing so much, because it's coming to my mind, so I'm gonna say it. We've already established that you shut the door on your connection, right? But we have all the strength and all the downloads, all the creative force within us that we need for our journey. So maybe they've been giving you certain things, certain energy sending towards you, so you have the power and energy to reopen that door. But instead, you've been redirecting it into like constant expansion of your career. I feel like this collective, what you do now, you already have it. You already know what you do. You have your practice. You have your community, right? You are that womb priestess, that womb healer, whatever is it that you do. I feel like it's strong. You're going to pull a couple of more, but I feel like for a majority of this collective, it will really be related to feminine empowerment, to feminine healing, right? Which always comes down to the womb. And maybe you've been trying to like constantly learn something new and introduce new things into your offering instead of just focusing on something else. It's all connected. Lineage. Goddess energy, another beautiful feminine energy. Sister wound. Interesting. Always grateful. We have the moon, which is the feminine side as well. All right, we're gonna do a little guidance, you guys, but this is what I'm hearing. There's definitely something. Your path is related to healing feminines, to healing the lineage, healing the I'm hearing the atrocities and the horrible things that were done to us in the past when women were persecuted, always there are. But in the most horrifying, horrible way, right? Maybe you actually do past life regression, help women to tap into the wisdom and the knowledge of their womb, through the womb, to Akashic records, to clear past life trauma, to clear times when instead of being who we're supposed to be, goddesses to be worshipped, because we're the connection to the divine. But we were feared, we were silenced, we were shackled. as the patriarchal community was system was being created. It would be a thing for you. I feel you are, I feel you do sit in a place of gratitude, but I think, again, you cannot, once you are on this journey, you guys, you cannot just like put your masculine in a closet and shut the door. You have to heal the connection. He's part of you. You have to be grateful for him. You have to be grateful for the connection. And I feel like there's certain things that you were just saying to yourself. It's that boundary that we mentioned in the first part. You didn't even allow yourself to accept your true thoughts. You're never going to break fully the generational trauma that you're teaching others to break if you're not going to conquer your journey entirely. You're really meant for greatness, this collective, and you're settling right now. Yes, it's just one timeline below that highest timeline, but they want you to get to the highest timeline. It's the final call. Your guides are knocking on the door. Your ancestors are knocking on the door. But there's something about the sister wound that's maybe you have been, maybe you haven't completely healed that sister wound. Maybe you have been, we all have sister wound, right? Maybe you have been betrayed in the past, in past lifetimes, by your sister. Maybe there's a bit of a trust issue still. Maybe there's someone that you know that they could help you with that thing, everything that we talked about, the connection, right? The fact that you shut the door on it. But you don't want to allow this person to help you. Sister wound, it's coming to my mind. Sister wound makes us separate ourselves from other women and create a hierarchy. When we have sister wound on any level, we see certain women as above or below, right? So yes, maybe we connect to few as equals, but there's a blockage within us that makes us believe that some women, like, they conquer something above us and some they're still below us. So maybe that's the issue. Maybe you have certain people on your mind that you know that they could help you, right? But I feel that there's a part of you that's a little bit ashamed to ask for help, or something that you think in your mind that you should have conquered this already, how much you're thriving in other areas of life. So you're a little bit ashamed, that one thing. And maybe the person that you know that could help you, maybe it's a younger sister not in a blood, maybe it is for some of you, but you know what I mean? Or maybe someone that you were their healer in the past, right? There's something about that sister wound that, and it's on top of that decluttering. Maybe you still have to take a look at how you interact with other women on a deeper level, you guys, because this collective, you're magic, you're in an amazing place of life. To an outside observer, you're the most empowered, amazing, and inspiration of a woman. But what do I always say to you guys? We're meant to reach our greatness, us, on this journey. So we're constantly going to be pushed as an encouragement. All right, let's do guidance for your career. Let's do guidance. Page of Cups. I don't know why I'm hearing apology. Queen of Cups, King of Cups. That's interesting. Congratulations. Drop down. The Lovers. To be honest, you guys, we have almost the whole Suits of Cups and the Lovers. There's a reason how beautiful this card is. I have to show you. Look at this. The Lovers. What I'm hearing, there's a reason I wanted to do career, because I don't feel like you need that much of a guidance when it comes to career, this collective, right? Everything that I said, you would know, it would resonate. But there's a reason I was rambling. And it was constantly coming to my mind that it's all interconnected, right? It's all interconnected. Those three things that we have to conquer. Once you walk this path, you cannot unsubscribe from this path of divine love, of twin souls, right? So you have to heal yourself, you have to conquer your connection, and you have to conquer your path, right? And they're interconnected. You will never be fully, you will never achieve, you cannot just close the door on one thing and achieve like partially your highest, most abundant timeline. Do you know what I mean? So you will never reach your full potential as a healer, as a divine feminine, right? And you will never completely heal if you haven't healed the connection, if you haven't healed the link with your masculine, the connection with your masculine, because he is other part of you. I'll say it again. So if you're not healing that, there's a part of you that remains unhealed. And there's, I think they wanting you to know and understand that you have locked your heart a little bit. You have locked your emotion. You have locked your belief in love. You have settled. Maybe you're one of these collectives that you even tried to settle at one point on love and be aligned with a soulmate. I always say this to you guys, we can ask for it, but it's not going to be that easy. They're going to push us. It's not, being aligned with a soulmate on a twin flame connection, it's not something that they're going to allow you to do on your second or third year. Remember what I said in whichever part it was, that they put you in this waiting room, right? Because you repeat cycles. So let's say you repeat cycles, and in those 2 year cycles, or in twin flames, we follow 9 month cycles, right? So in every cycle you say, no, I don't want it, I don't want to heal it, I don't want to deal with it, no, he's not doing the work, this and that. Again, I've said it all before. There's a moment that comes that it can go on for years, right? It can go on for years. And if you're really going to be on this journey 5, 7, 8, 10 years, and you're constantly going to be no, and doing those maybe like rituals, cutting yourself energetically, shielding yourself, you're going to be very stubborn. One moment they will, come to you, and they will listen. It's what I said, the universe will listen. Fine. If you don't want it, fine. You will never completely remove that from your life and from your energy, because it's the other half of you. It's your one consciousness. You'll always be connected. But you will cut yourself from your highest, most aligned timeline. But by doing that, you are locking your full potential, right? It's your choice. It's your choice, but it's not a choice that it's given to us in the beginning of this journey, right? So you must have been on this journey for quite a while if they offering you this now. It's like this one chance. Open that door or lock it permanently. But no, they wanting you to know this, that this will influence as well what you do. You'll be at 9 of Cups, which is happiness, which is fulfillment, which is independence, which is empowerment, which is a good life. But you won't fully break that generational trauma. You won't fully, because you're locked away from your heart. The heart is how we connect to the masculine. If you shut down that lighthouse, you're disconnected from the other half of you. It is a key and a puzzle piece to your greatness. We amplified each other's greatness. If you want to heal women, if you want to understand women, if you want to continue to do your work to the best of your abilities, to the fullest, you cannot shut yourself away from your emotions, from your heart, from love. Page of Cups. I feel like there's going to be a part of yourself that will have to, 6 of Swords. Forgive yourself. To be honest, you guys, I'm hearing that, for such a long time, the feminine expects apology from the masculine. But yes, when they return, they have to apologize because it's part of masculine power, taking accountability for your past actions. But true divine feminines, she says, I need no apology. I'm sorry myself that I wasn't sufficiently good enough leader that it took so long, right? It's not actually true. We do what we can, and it's all divinely orchestrated. But you know what I mean? True divine feminine understands that there's nothing to apologize for. I'm sorry. I feel for this collective, I'm sorry if that triggers you. It's going to have to be you to apologize that you shut that door on the most amazing gift that anyone can ever receive in this human life. Such a beautiful experience that not very few of us can experience. We have that Four of Swords that I was seeing in the beginning as we opened. Eight of Swords as well. There's something that you're blinded to. I think I am hearing there are two things that they're trying to show you. One is that your connection is linked to your greatness on your mission, right? Because once we're in union, we amplify each other's greatness. In the beginning, we stand in a place of shadow, so we amplify the shadows for each other to help each other heal. But once we're both healed, we amplify our greatness, we amplify our light. And by shutting door on your connection, you put yourself a little bit on pause, because your heart is not operating on its fullest frequency, whether you want to accept it or not. There's certain thoughts and mindset that you really have to walk away from. You cannot just, yes, you have free will. You can shut that door. You can scroll and then stop listening to me and say, no, I don't want it. But they wanting you with that to accept that it means that you will never achieve your full potential and your full greatness in other areas as well. It's a missing piece of the puzzle. And you're not seeing it clearly. And I'm looking at these cards, like they're very, the cups, they're very watery, right? And it's like, my mind goes back to what I said to you, like he is right now on a very raw and very dangerous waters of the karmic ocean. And his lighthouse has shut down on him. How is he supposed to return home? And I don't just mean to you, but home, his home, like masculine energy, they're disconnected from source. It's the physiology of our body and the chemistry of our body, that us as feminines, within our body, we have everything that we need through our womb as well, to connect to the divine, to connect to our intuition, through our hearts, through our emotions, right? And we are the temple of God for them on this earth, because their body doesn't have that capacity, because they're meant for something else. They're meant to rule the physical world, to be the architects of the physical world. That's why only together we can create yin and yang. And I don't mean just in relationship, but men and women working together, right? You can create that dynamic with your fathers and your brothers, your cousins, your friends, to be that oracle, and for them to respect you, to trust you, to cherish you. We can be each other's protectors, like I said, in the spirit realm, in the physical realm. It doesn't have to be in a relationship, but for the divines, for twin souls, for twin flames, we're such powerful souls. We have mission on this earth. You will never fulfill that mission if you can be fulfilling your mission in physical separation, but both of you, all you, the feminine and inner union, for quite a while, because divine timing is divine timing. We cannot, force the river. But if you are in union in the spirit realm, it's a creatrix thing that I said to you guys. I'm gonna do one more. Lovers. we work together, and you, Nine of Swords. I feel like this is why you have maybe a bit of that hyperachiever, or maybe even some anxiety, because you're missing that part of the equation. You're solely looking for your career, and you want to push and push and push, and it's not time to push. You've achieved what you were meant to achieve. Continue to do your work. Focus on the connection now. You're lost without each other. Through that thread in spirit realm that you lead, energetically, you must always be connected with love, with forgiveness, with hope. Create that union as a creatrix in the spirit realm, because if you don't, you will both be lost in this world forever. You may live that Nine of Cups settled kind of life and still do good things, but you will to some extent be lost. All right, you guys, I don't want to make it any longer. I hope this was helpful. If you need me, you know where to find me. You guys, I was just editing this reading, and it came to my mind that as I was reading the final part, it came to me several times because I saw this with the world card that was at the bottom of the deck. I saw this vision as we were doing the yellow oracles as well, and I was keep forgetting. Sometimes I have so many thoughts in my mind that I want to like go one by one, and then I just forget. And when you channel, it's crazy. Sometimes it's just too much for my human brain. But I think that this part is important, so I just wanted to add that because we were asking in that last part what will happen if you open that door. If you open that door, if you walk this path, not that it would matter, but I was seeing that you may ultimately, as we talk about approaching union, you may face having to move to a different place, whether that's going to be a completely different country. It may be for some of you like a really great adventure, completely different country, different scenario. I'm not sure. Maybe it's where your masculine's from, or the job opportunity that will be revealed to one of you as you come into union. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that because I had that vision. And not that it matters, because true divines, it's a common thing that we live in different countries, we are from different cultures. There's always some sort of a physical conditioning based societal sort of an issue. And in true divine love, it doesn't matter. We are one. We are extension of each other in different bodies. So it's really not a problem for any of us to move to a different country. And a lot of feminines does that without the masculine asking right upon the activation. So it's really truly nothing, because also being a true spiritual teacher, true light worker, we live a life of service where you know the puppet master does what he wants to do. The Father Universe pushes us where we need to go. So sometimes when we feel guided to move, to change, to switch through job opportunities, through expansion opportunities, through relationships, we do that, and it's not a problem. We don't attach ourselves to nothing and to no one, right? That's the objective of this journey. But yeah, it was a vision, and as I was editing, sometimes when I edit, things that I forgot come to my mind, but I'm usually like, it doesn't matter. But this time Spirit was really clear, so maybe it won't only be a sneak peek for you, but maybe it will be some sort of a confirmation, because maybe you know that that's something that would have to happen at this point. I don't know. I was guided to share this part as well.